want to talk about weight loss. Probably should have made my first video about that, since that's the most wanted thing when it comes to New Year's resolutions, or what most clients want to do, it seems, is to lose some weight. I want to make this video short, but I know that's not going to happen. So let me try and keep this video on two topics. The first is, of course, the basics. It's mundane and nobody wants to hear about this, but calorie in, calorie out. So no one wants to think about this. It's pretty basic, it's pretty scientific. If you put in more calories than you take out, well, you're probably going to gain weight. Think of it this way: if you put in more energy than you use, the energy has to be stored somewhere, and that's basically what's going to happen. And the unfortunate reality is, as we get older, our metabolism gets a little bit slower, and for us guys, testosterone T goes down, and yeah, it's just, you're sort of fighting an uphill battle as you get older, which is again why in my previous video I had mentioned, if you see this 20-year-old doing their thing on Instagram, and you're in your mid-40s and you think that's gonna work for me too, probably not. So calorie in, calorie out, it's pretty basic. So am I asking you to count your calories? Absolutely not. I mean, if you're in competition, if you're really hardcore about losing the weight and you think you can stick with it, then you can start with that. But if the question is, what's the best diet? Is it paleo? Is it keto? Is it no carbs, low carbs? Is it high protein? Is it the Mediterranean diet? Is it vegan? And the best answer I can give you, and as a caveat here, I'm just gonna say I've never been obese, never been heavy, overweight. So if you think that doesn't qualify me to know what I'm talking about, then you probably haven't watched my previous videos. And you might think that that 20-year-old girl with that nice physique, wearing a bikini, strutting towards that energy drink that a lot of these Instagram influencers are using now, if you think that drinking that drink is going to make you look like her, yeah, that's almost the same line of reasoning. So just because I haven't been heavyweight myself or obese doesn't mean I don't know what I'm talking about.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Oh, she's so loud. Sorry about that. Probably should turn that off. But if you want to count your calories, you got to ask yourself how long you can stick with it. If you want to know what the best diet is, it's the one you can stick with, because it's a lifestyle change. You have to have the motivation to stick with this. And the most important thing, and this is really the second topic I should try and focus on in the video, is motivation. If you're trying to get in shape or lose weight to fit in your dress for a wedding, if you're trying to lose weight because you want to look good for this particular girl, yeah, those are what's known as extrinsic or outside reasoning, and they're not bad motivators. It's just the problem is, I wouldn't say you're setting yourself up for failure. Rather, you're setting yourself up for temporary success. Does that make sense? Let's say you do achieve your goal. You lose the weight. You're able to fit in the dress. Now that you've achieved your goal, the motivational force is gone. So what's going to keep you doing what you were doing? It's going to keep you eating healthy and watching your calories and exercising, paying for a personal trainer. Well, if that external factor is gone, you need to try and find another motivating factor. And the one I would recommend, rather than an external factor, something on the outside, some outside influence, is an internal one. It's far more powerful. intrinsic motivator, as it's called. So, what's an intrinsic motivator? Well, let's use myself for an example. I've always always been fascinating with athletics and being in shape. Not sports per se. Anyone who knows me knows I find I get bored watching sports. I will fall asleep watching a sports event. I used to want to be a race car driver. Surprise. And I loved watching Formula One racing. Not NASCAR. I like right turns. But I would fall asleep. I would wake up 6 in the morning to watch this live racing event like the Monaco GP, and I want to see Lewis Hamilton kick some butt. And I would fall asleep sometimes watching the event. It wasn't so much that
Red light camera reported ahead.
It wasn't so much that it wasn't so much that the event bored me. It's just me and my mind. I have 1,000 thoughts a second, and can you get out of my way, Rolls Royce? Oh, it's a Bentley. And that's just me. So what was my point in all of this? Damn it. I've always been into getting in shape, fitness. When I was a kid, I liked running. I did track in school. The whole ability to run really fast, I found really fascinating. Sprinting, it's like the closest a man can come. Anyone can come to flying. A human can come to flying. And why are you going so slow? And I have to edit this out because I'm gonna pass this chick. In any case, I lost my train of thought. I knew I should just keep listening to my podcast. I'm listening to podcasts mainly when I'm driving, and keeps my mind focused. I guess I'll edit this video. I hate having to do that. I'd rather just do it like I'm doing a podcast, and I have to go inside and edit anything. Just talk right up my heart. Talk out of my heart. But I've been into fitness all my life. In my 20s, I was in excellent shape. I still think I'm in decent shape now. Not excellent, but decent shape. So, my motivating factor. That's what this was about. What's motivating me? I wouldn't say it's an addiction for me. I just like the idea of being in shape. I like how I feel when I'm in shape. The energy you get, there's I would say most successful people in the world have healthy habits, and a majority of them exercise, and eating healthy is part of their successful habits. So your intrinsic factor could be you're a parent and you want to be around longer for your kids. If that's the case, that's a pretty good motivator. But I just suggest you try and find something internal. It's because it's internal, at least I find generally it's difficult to define it compared to some external motivational factor. But if you're one of those people that just hates working out, you hate the gym, you hate running, it hurts, whatever, you're gonna have to get past that. Nothing really good comes easy, and some people when they're in school, when they're in college, they like studying, they enjoyed it, and they did okay.
Red light camera reported ahead.
They did pretty good in school. Other people, they didn't really like studying that much. They didn't like schoolwork. I didn't.
In 2 miles, keep right onto Southwest 57th Avenue.
Should turn that off too. I didn't dislike that, but I didn't enjoy it. So you have to do it and find something about it that you enjoy. If it's the process, good for you, because that's probably the best thing. It's painful, it's miserable, it's sweaty, it's a grind, but if you enjoy the immediate results, the feeling thereafter, that works too. Find whatever motivates you, is what I'm trying to say. And I'm gonna do more videos about weight loss later to get more into detail. I'm gonna talk about things like calorie density, front loading, and different tips and tricks you can use to, help you lose weight. But I think I made this video long enough for now. I'll get back to it later. Take care.